Yes. Now in this session, we'll go for how to collect the amount from the customer for a particular invoice. For example, we have raised the invoice and we have sent this invoice to customer. Now customer is going to make the payment. So we are collecting the amount from the customer. So when we are collecting the amount from the customer, we'll call it as a receipt document. Receipt will be created based on the invoice, and whatever the amount we have received, that will be deposited in the bank, right? So now we'll discuss how to create a receipt in account receivables module. Generally, receipt we will find in procurement module also. In procurement module, receipt is nothing but receive the goods or services from the supplier, and this is from the customer. First we'll have to find out what is the invoice number here. Go to billing option. Now go to task list here. Manage transactions. And make sure that you have some invoice. Maybe it is created from sales order, it's fine. Or manually, the invoice might have created here. Or I can find the information. Now this is order number. Sales order number we can find here. And we can find the invoice number. This is our invoice number. How much amount customer has to pay for us? 45,714.60. That's the amount. What is the due date? Due date for this invoice. We can find the due date here. This is the transaction date. When I go to the tab payments, I can find what is the due date as per the receivables payment terms. Right. Right now, the transaction status is complete, so that we can go for receive the amount. 45,714.60. Let's go to navigator here. Accounts receivables. Go to the task list. We are going to create a receipt. A receipt is a document which will be creating while receiving the amount from the customer. So which method you are collecting the amount from the customer? Is it directly clearing? No deposit in the bank. For example, we are receiving the cash from the customer or direct online transaction, which does not require any remittance, nothing but deposit in the bank, then we can do that. So let's say we are going with directly no remit. And what is the receipt number? I'm going for R1, and how about amount? 45,714.60. That's the amount we are collecting from customer. Who is the customer? From which customer you are going to collect this amount? Let's go to the customer here. Business World. Customer name Business World, and then add open receivables. Or you can go through here, submit and apply manually invoice number. For which invoice we are going to collect this particular amount from the customer. So now we have to enter the transaction number here. There is an option here, add open receivables. Enter this. Receipt reference number is nothing but our transaction number. Click done button here. Now we have received full amount from the customer. We have received full amount from the customer here. Let's go for save this particular transaction. And we can see the status of this receipt is cleared. In case if the receipt amount method, whatever the receipt method we have selected with remittance, then the status will be confirmed. After that, we have to go for deposit this transaction amount in the bank, then it's going for clearing. After that, we'll go for clearing, and then we'll update that in cash management module. So right now it's direct clearing. We'll go ahead with save and close. Now we have received full amount from the customer. Let me check the invoice status. Go back to billing option. Now we are searching what is the invoice status. Go to task list, manage transactions. Search for the invoice, whatever we have created, transaction number, and click search button. And I want to know how much payment, yes, this one, how much amount we have received from the customer, what is the balance and the receipts amount. Go to actions. There is an option here, view balance details. Click on view balance details. It is showing that clearly the original amount for the invoice is this and the received amount is this. Total amount we have received from the customer and the balance is 0. In case if we have given any discounts, we can find here. If the receivables amount adjustments or credits or refunds are applied for this particular transaction, we can find that information here. Now the balance is 0. We will go for generate the accounting transactions for this. There are two options to generate the accounts for this invoice. One is account in draft. Another one is post to ledger. Here draft is nothing but it will just create a transaction but not transfer to GL model. But if we click on this post to ledger, the accounts will be generated and transferred to GL module here, post to ledger. So the moment when we click on post to ledger, system will generate accounting entries for this invoice. All these accounting entries will be transferred to general ledger. Okay. Now we can view the accounting information here. Now this is the accounting information. And now what is the date? Today. So 11th June 2023. And this accounting entries from here. It's been transferred. I would like to see these accounts in GL model, for example. So if we want to see the accounting entries in GL, we need the access to general ledger. Right now, we do not have the access to GL module. This user does not have the access to GL. So what user has to do? You need roles and as well as the data access. Let me just log out. We don't have the access to FSM and security console. Let's log in as an implementation user. We need GL roles and then data access. GL roles, two roles are sufficient, general accountant and general accounting manager. Let's go to security console here. Search for the user here. We can find general accountant here. We can go for select this general accountant. General accounting manager. So two roles has been applied, which are related for GL. After adding the roles, we have to provide the data access. When it comes for general ledger module, data access is ledger or ledger set. Ledger or ledger set we are going to associate. When we are working for procurement, it will be a business unit, APAR modules. When it comes for inventory, it comes as inventory organization. In order management, it's a business unit, or sometimes it will be reference data set for some of the roles. Now provide data access for GL and data access here. Let's go for search. Manage data access for users. Now we'll go for associate here. So here we have to choose data access and provide US primary ledger is the ledger which we have for US1 business unit. So where do we find it out? We have to go to the task here, assign business unit business functions, and then we have to find out. General accounting manager. I'll click done button here. Let's go to initial users tab and click submit button. Run LDAP process. Let's log out and log in. Now let's go to navigator here. We can find the accounting information from the journals tab. Now go to task list here. And I could see that manage journals here. And which period your accounts has been generated and moved to the GL. It's June, right? June 2023. And from which source accounts has been transferred, it will be receivables. From receivables module, we have transferred accounting entries to GL. Choose receivables, and we can also find the category here. Choose the receivables. If required, we can find this sales invoice, right? And we go for search, sales invoice category. And go for search. In this period, from this source, this category accounting entries, we are going to search. This is about here. And I can go to the journal here. The moment when I click this journal, so we can find the information here, journal accounting information. So if I click on this particular amount, we can find the invoice number. This is how we can find journals information and GL module, whatever we transferred from receivables or payables, any other source, we can search like this. Okay, thank you. Fine, guys, this is about our sales order cycle. So if we look at here, first we have created a sales order, then we submitted pick wave, pick slip, shipping, then AR invoice, AR receipt, create journals, transfer to GL. So this is module. DOO module means distributed order orchestration and directly order management module. Then shipping module, inventory shipping module. Then account receivables module. Then general ledger module. Okay. So this is about our order to cash cycle. Okay. So let's go for practice and we'll see in the next session other options. Okay. Thank you.